Are you familiar with that chest constriction that happens during anxious moments? That overactive mind refusing to quiet down at bedtime? That constant worry about tomorrow that steals your today? Suppose I shared with you that 3 basic words possess the ability to erase anxiety immediately when it emerges? A phrase so powerful that neuroscientists have studied its effects on the brain, and what they discover will change how you deal with stress forever. Though before revealing this expression, I'm asking you to act without delay. Select subscribe and turn notifications on, as what you'll discover could mean the difference between chronic worry and real inner calm. Drawing from aggregated research by global universities and publicly available health education resources from official organizations, we've developed this video to deliver current information specifically tailored for those above 60. At this point, allow me to pose a candid question. How much of your lifetime has gone toward worrying about occurrences that never actually happened? How many precious instances have slipped by because your thoughts were imprisoned in a fictional tomorrow or an agonizing yesterday? The truth is, anxiety doesn't live in the present moment. It's unable to. Anxiety perpetually relates to either what could occur or what has occurred. It feeds on time that doesn't exist right now. Here's the moment when it all shifts. The phrase that destroys anxiety is simply this: I am here now. Just 3 words. Only 9 letters. Infinite power. When you articulate these words with true consciousness, something phenomenal happens in your cerebral system. Research utilizing functional MRI technology demonstrates that present focused awareness instantly decreases amygdala activity, the brain's anxiety hub, while concurrently boosting prefrontal cortex function, which governs logical thought and emotional control. Still, this goes far beyond just neurochemistry. This involves recovering your life from the oppression of invented perils. Give this some thought. At this precise instant, are you all right? Not in future days, not upcoming weeks, not within those early morning mental constructions. Presently, the answer usually turns out to be yes. Currently, you're breathing. Currently, you're out of danger. This very second, you contain everything needed for a present moment existence. Most folks over the age of 60 harbor decades worth of gathered concerns. We've lived through enough to know that bad things can happen. We've undergone loss, dissatisfaction, and wellness obstacles. Given this background, our mental state becomes hyper-alert, ceaselessly monitoring for forthcoming threats. Psychological professionals term this anticipatory anxiety, and it's completely draining. It's like running a marathon while standing still. Your body fails to recognize the distinction between real hazards and imaginary ones. As you stress over tomorrow's doctor visit, your pulse quickens, blood pressure elevates, and stress chemicals surge through your body, precisely as though the danger exists in this moment. This ongoing stress not only feels awful, it actually speeds up aging processes and compromises your immune defenses. Something remarkable emerged from Harvard research studies. When people practice present moment awareness regularly, their bodies produce less cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and more DHA, often called a longevity molecule. Simply by guiding your attention to this moment, you're literally deciding on health rather than disease, peace rather than upheaval. Let me present an account that shows this flawlessly. A 72-year-old gentleman named Robert existed, whose days were devoured by worry over his cardiac health. Every morning he woke up checking his pulse, monitoring every sensation, convinced that each day might be his last. His spouse watched him dissolving into this concerned prison until one afternoon, while sitting in his garden, a butterfly descending onto a nearby flower seized his attention. For just moments, his mental chatter ceased completely. He wasn't worried about his heart. He wasn't contemplating the future. He was just seeing this butterfly, fully present in that second. And in that second, he recognized something important. His anxiety wasn't guarding him. It was obstructing his ability to live. From that day forth, Anytime anxiety arose, he'd say to himself, I am here now, and move his attention to something in his immediate vicinity, a particular sound, a physical sensation, his breathing. Eventually, this elementary practice altered his life more dramatically than any pharmaceutical had. Right now, I'm asking you to halt this video for only 5 seconds and test this yourself. State out loud, I am here now. Recognize your body resting in the chair. Feel the air against your skin. Notice the auditory sensations surrounding you. See how quickly your anxiety diminishes when you truly arrive in the present moment. This doesn't constitute positive thinking or avoidance. This represents something far more impactful. It's simply what is. The now is the sole moment with actual existence. Everything beyond this is either memory or fantasy. When you truly get this, not just in your mind, but in your very being, anxiety loses its power over you. You understand you've been distressed about things that literally have no current reality. And before we progress, your help is needed in disseminating this message. Leave a comment with either the number 1 if this is making sense to you, or 0 if you're skeptical. Your involvement helps this video get to others who desperately require these insights. Now, let's talk about how to use this phrase effectively, especially during intense anxiety. The crucial point isn't wielding it as a tool against anxiety, attempting to push anxiety out. Rather, implement it as an anchoring device, a soft reminder to come back to the present instant. As you observe anxiety building, stop. Breathe in gently. Say, I am here now, either out loud or silently. Then bring your senses into play. What meets your eyes? What sounds reach your ears? What do you physically sense? This modest technique intercepts the anxiety spiral before it gathers speed. Neuroscientific research reveals that being fully present and fully anxious simultaneously is impossible. These are incompatible states. Presence dissolves anxiety the way light dissolves darkness, not by struggling, but merely by existing there. For individuals beyond 60, this practice proves distinctly valuable, as we frequently possess not just present worries, but also aggregated stress from decades of life difficulties. We could fret about wellness, monetary concerns, our offspring or their children, or becoming dependent. These represent authentic worries, but being anxious about them solves nothing. It only hinders us from relishing the pleasant moments we still possess. Action provides solutions. Being present delivers peace. Worry provides neither. Here's the transformative power of this phrase. It acts immediately, demands no payment, creates no unwanted effects, and functions anywhere, whenever. So this is your challenge. Whenever you observe anxiety appearing, utilize the phrase, I am here now. Articulate it with presence. Re-engage your senses. And this is my ask for you right now.